Hey everybody, Davey here from Davey's World Fishing. Today we're going to talk about the difference between a J hook and a circle hook. When to use both, when to set the hook, and when not to set the hook. Stay tuned. Now out here in Southern California, we do a lot of live bait fishing. We have great access to live bait. You pull up to a bait receiver, you give the guy some cash, and they give you multiple scoops of bait. We're not allowed to use cast nets out here on the West Coast, so you got to go purchase your bait, or you got to do a sabiki rig to get your bait. But yeah, no cast nets. You got to go purchase your bait. But we do use a lot of live bait. Our fish rely on it. It's awesome. Personally, I like to fish a lot of artificial baits, but you do use a lot of live bait. Today we're going to talk about the difference between a J hook and a circle hook. J hook is probably what you grew up with out here in Southern California. It's going to be the most standard of your hooks. And over the last several years is the circle hook. I don't know if you can see the difference there in that close-up, but the J hook is more shaped like a J, where a circle hook actually circles back on itself. Now the difference between these two hooks, on the J hook, when you hook it to your live bait, and here's a video here, I'll put the link right up above. When you're fishing these, there's multiple ways to hook your bait. You can do the same with this as well, but through the nose or through the butt hook or a collar hook, or multiple different ways to actually hook your bait. When it actually gets bit, usually that bait is going to get swallowed. So it's going to make it down into the mouth, and when you set the hook, this hook's going to be down in the belly somewhere, inside the mouth, down in the belly. But you're hooking that fish, but it's just inside. The difference on the circle hook, you're using the same rigging methods, that belly hook or the nose hook or collar hook or any other way. But when you go and you start reeling and this hook actually hooks, you're going to hook right in the side of the mouth. 98% of the times you're getting that side of the mouth hook set. So what happens is, as that's pulling back out, it finds its way right to the side of the mouth. There's probably some science to it. I'm not a scientist, but it's really cool. What happens here too is you're not going to get a lot of frayed line. When this is down deep in the belly of your fish, maybe you're fishing yellowfin tuna, this line is now going to be frayed along the teeth. It's down deep in the belly, that line's coming out and it's going up to your rod and reel. It can get frayed, so you can break off some fish, but it's all what we've done, it's all what we've known. On this, you don't have that. The bait's going to go in, it's going to come out in a circle. The part where the line is actually hooked to the hook is outside of the fish's mouth, so you don't get that fraying on the teeth. We've got some toothy critters around here right now. We've got Dorado, we've got yellowtail, we've got yellowfin and bluefin tuna. Lots of teeth, lots of broken lines, lots of broken hearts out there on the water as well. Now fishing these, as I mentioned earlier at the intro there, do you set the hook? Do you not set the hook? Now on the J hook, that's the hook that you want to set the hook. This is going to be as soon as you feel that bite, you give it a couple seconds for that fish to swallow, you're going to wind down and set the hook. You're going to get your big Bassmaster style hook set. You really want to drive that hook into whatever it's near. At that point, it's in the mouth somewhere, it might be in the belly, it might be in the throat, but you want to hook that hook, set the hook, bury that thing so you can get that fish to the surface. On the circle hook, a little bit different. You're going to feel the bite, maybe you nose hooked your bait, you feel the bite, it's running out. You're going to give it that 1 or 2 second countdown, 1, 2, and then you're just going to start winding. What's going to happen there is it's going to pull that hook around that fish's mouth and to that corner, either right or left side, but that's what's going to happen. So you're not setting the hook on that. You set the hook on this, you most likely will pull it right out of the fish's mouth. So it's a straight retrieve. You do not set the hook on a circle hook, and you do set the hook on a J hook. Hope that makes some sense. What's going to happen on that J hook, the fish is going to swallow whatever bait you have in, even if you're chunking or anything else, it's going to swallow that hook, get it down deep in its mouth, and then you're going to set that hook, wind in, set the hook. On the circle hook, you do not do that. All you're going to do, put it in gear if you have a lever drag, or pop it into gear if you're in free spool and you're live baiting, you're fingering out your line there. What you're going to do is just pop that right back into gear, and you're just going to slow wind. Just start grinding on that thing. That hook's going to make its way to the corner of the mouth. Don't set the hook, set the hook. Hope that makes some sense, and I hope that clarifies a couple questions that some people have had between J hooks and circle hooks. I do appreciate y'all checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below and subscribe to Davey's World Fishing. I'll be that right here in the corner. See you on the water.